13 years ago, 15 years ago, strong, teaching this world and prophesying the downfall of these Jakes and Esau, which is the goddamn white man and his wickedness, So this is proof that the apostles of GMS are true soldiers of this faith of ours and this thing of ours.
Paul said, I fought the good fight, okay? And that's the job of a soldier, to fight. Fight for who? For Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, all right? And Lord willing, that's what we're going to be doing in these times to come if we're the hopeful elect.
A soldier is someone that no matter what happens to him, he forges on and doesn't let anything get in his way, no matter what it may be. He has a mission, and in that mission, he has to make sure that he completes that mission to the best of his ability. Now, if you want to get examples of soldiers, well, one only needs to look at Yahweh Shai first and foremost, and pretty much he soldiered up and did what he had to do, no matter what. And there was no one that was going to stand in his way of accomplishing the mission that the Heavenly Father sent him on. Because that's what a soldier does, He looks at the battlefield, he chooses his strategy, and he goes and executes that strategy on the battlefield. And no matter how solitary that mission might be, he still forges on, even if he has to do the job himself. Like the Apostle Paul spoke, and he said, at my first call, no man stood with me, but I stood by myself, but the Lord was with me, So although at one point Paul was all alone by himself as a soldier, he still had the mission in mind. He still had that strategy in mind. And he knew that no matter what, nothing was going to be able to divert him from the truth. That's why he said, nothing would stand in his way. Nobody could conquer his spirit, and nobody can deter him from his mission as a soldier.
Apostle of Ramla only have streaks of gray hair. Ayathan has hair. These are showing diligence. Then you have the Apostle Tahar with no gray hair in his hair or in his beard. This shows diligence and being a true soldier of this faith and this thing of ours, And it's all about being a soldier and enduring the hardship and not making haste when times of trouble, and that's going through this journey of being a true soldier of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Even though you have ailments, even though you may be sick, but things like that build you up.
Being in the truth, man, you gotta know the ups and downs of being.
All right. Just some exhortation, Lord willing, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. I want to give all praises starting off to Abanawa Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. But that is to say, all praises to our power, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And double honors and much respects to the men that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has put the spirit on to lead the nation of Israel. All right. Starting with the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, whether you can receive it or not. And may peace be bestowed unto you, hopefully elect. Because, we are in this thing together. All right. It is a fight, but hey, Lord willing, our accounts are going to be talked about forever. All right. The same way we read about the forefathers, the men that came before us, King David. All right. So on and so forth, Let me grab this real quick. And by the way, I'm your brother, Yahweh Call from Great Millstone, Orlando. All right. And again, Lord willing, this just be some exhortation. So let me see if I can find this. Bear with me. I know that's in Samuel. Yes, the Wadi Bashem Shai, 1 Samuel 22, and starting at 1. David therefore departed thence and escaped to the cave Adullam, and when his brethren and all his father's house heard it, they went down thither to him. And everyone that is in distress, and everyone that was in debt, and everyone that was discontented, gathered themselves unto him. And he became a captain over them, and there was with him about 400 men. So Of course, it's being in the carnal sense, but in the spiritual sense, through all of our hell, trials, tribulations, everything that we endure in the so-called life that we're so-called living. All right. Lord willing, the Lord sees us through this until the end. All right. We're going to follow the King, because as I just read this account, and that's why I said this is, of course, physically, those men that came under King David, those men will go through all type of distresses, deal with all type of things. They follow the King, they stuck with the King. On the more grand scale of things, because like I said, we are in this together. I always meditate on that Hebrews 12, or that Hebrews 12:1. Wherefore, seeing we are also compassed about with a so great cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doeth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. All right. Because, like I said, we're cheering for one another. We're rooting for one another. As much as this walk, as lonely as it may appear to be sometimes, you seem as you're by yourself. Nevertheless, we have the saints in the spiritual realm. All right, and again, I like to meditate on this because it's like I said, we're being as we're compassed about with so great cloud of witnesses. Because of course we can't be with brothers all the time. Brothers have to live their walk off camera. All right. Again, in this thing of ours, there's a lot of solidarity. Which that's what that work goes into when you read being a soldier for Hamashiach. All right. But again, we have the saints in the spiritual realm, our brothers in the spiritual realm. They're cheering for us. They're rooting for us. They're ministering spirits unto us. Like when you read the accounts about Yahushua, there was times when he got weak and the angels ministered unto him. All right. Likewise us. All right. And even more so, Yahushua, the King himself, our big brother, he's rooting for us. He's cheering for us in the spirit. All right. Just because the Lord is sit on the right hand of the Heavenly Father, that doesn't mean he's not here suffering with us. All right. Because no one wants this more than the King himself. So, again, man, we're in this together. And again, our accounts are going to be talked about, man, and that's why it's the thing of endure, because meditating on that Hebrews 11, basically going into that hall of faith, what they call a hall of fame, but that Hebrews 11, man, that hall of faith, which we're hoping to be a part of. Like I said, we still talk about these great men to this day, and they're going to be talked about forever as well, and likewise our accounts, what comes to mind is when in Revelation, when John is bowing down to the angel, and the angel told John not to worship him, not to bow down or to worship him, because one thing about it, the angels, again, they're our witnesses. They see what's going on. They're a witness to everything that brothers go through. You see, and again, because angels are not to be worshipped, because in reality, you hopefully elect brothers, you're the real celebrities to the angels. Because again, they don't feel what we feel. They don't go through what we go through. And as hard as it is, as tough as it is, again, we can only imagine what's going through the angels. How they view us. Was that Corinthians that talks about how we're going to judge angels. We're going to be given that charge over the angels. Because again, the angels, they don't feel what we feel. Like I said, they see what you go through in your walk, and it's like, damn, what's that like? Because the angels, they're perfect. They don't know what it is to be in the flesh. to get sick, to get hungry, anything like that. They're perfect. You know, and again, the angels being our witnesses, they see brothers fall, they bounce back, and it's just like, damn, you know, yeah, because even to those of us, you know, we hear about other brothers, what they go through, and it's like, damn, you know, because we look at our own situation sometimes, and we think we got it bad until we hear another brother's story, and it's like, damn, you know, the Lord definitely pulled him through that, and you know, it's like, damn, how can he, how did he bounce back from that, you know? So how much more the angels? Because again, we're really the celebrities, you know. And again, you know, our accounts are going to be talked about forever, man. So that's why, again, it's a thing of enduring, endure. You know, I'm gonna play some more of this.
Something you got, something you have, and something you know. Something the most like you stuff, something the most like make you struggle, man. That's being a soldier in the truth, man. Knowing the highs and the low, man. You come in this truth, you gotta learn about being high and low, man. Part of being in the truth is living like secrecy. How John himself and said what? You let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. I mean, even though it's close to you, I don't know what you're going into. You know? The scripture also say, don't make that war. Take yourself to the business right. And like that. In the book of James it says what? Mourn and weep. Let your mourning be turned into laughter. That's what happened in the kingdom. Right now we're mourning. We're living like the secrecy in public. But while we're around one another, those secrets are made public. We are our true selves. But the Israelites, you know, how the most high, how much we ourselves.
And Salakia, I do got the video sped up just for time's sake. So, I mean, if you want to watch the video, Lord willing, I'll remember to leave the link in the description. The Lively Stones of GMS. You know, again, I'll leave the link in the description, but I do got it sped up for time's sake. So if you want to watch it on your own.
All right, so hey, brothers, that's what a soldier's job is, okay? All right, it says a man at warf. Now the word warf means what? To fight. And we're warned in this damn society, this wicked place called America, the sinful kingdom. So Lord willing, we continue. First off, you know, you give all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the honors of the apostles and elders, a great millstone. All the brothers out there doing the work, you know. As far as being a soldier, you know, the definition of the word soldier is solitary. You know, like in prison, you go to prison, you might get in trouble, and they throw you in what's known as solitary confinement. You're in there by yourself. So you know, we got the brotherhood. Really, it's like just you and the Lord, man. You know, that's really what it is. Working on your own soul salvation. I'm gonna bring out a scripture real quick. This is Revelation 1:9. I, John, who also am your brother and companion in tribulation, and in the kingdom and patience of Yahushua the Anointed, was in the isle called Patmos for the word of the Most High, and for the testimony of Yahushua. You see, so he was alienated. He was in solitary confinement, so to speak, you know, for the word of Yahushua, which is really how all of us brothers are, you know, it's true these days, you know.
So the point is, in this truth, you have to have that same mentality of a soldier on a mission to do, act, and finish the work that the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua gave us to do. And the only way you can do that is first and foremost if the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is with you and you're part of the elect. And by getting into your mind that this is the mission at hand and I have to finish it, you know, and I have to do what the Lord told me to do because the Lord gave me a post to deal with and I have to deal with that post and I have to finish that post or finish that course because that's what was given me to do. And that's what a soldier does, you know. Whatever situation he's faced with, he's not deterred from his mission. And that mission for us that are in the truth is to teach the word and finish the word and follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth until our mission as a soldier is finished.
We are soldiers.
So yeah, you know, like I said, to really meditate on it, if you want to watch this video, because again, I do got it sped up, but one of the elders posted that Revelation 1:9. I'm gonna read that. And Revelation 1:9, I, John, who also am your brother and companion in tribulation. So you see, like I said, man, and that's why at the beginning of these videos, man, we give a wholeheartedly shalom, you know, peace to you, hopefully elect, especially you, hopefully elect Akim. All right, you know, laboring, enduring, fighting the good fight. You know, brothers are dealing with a lot. You know, and again, you know, because being in this society, this environment where everything is against us, you know, even the very flesh that we're in, you know. something that I've noticed, man, and I'm sure I can attest to brothers, because it's like no matter what brothers do as far as health wise or get into the herbs and things, it's always just one thing after another. I've been noticing, every week, every other week, man, dealing with this body, being that we're in an age where you know things are just getting more weak and defiled, polluted, corrupted, decrepit. Because in this society, man, we're not aging, we're decaying. We're just dying. To be blunt with it, we're all dying. Some dying faster than others. But we're not really aging. And that's what you look forward to in this society, in Esau's in this environment where Esau rules. You look forward to death. And that's something that I've noticed. Like I said, no matter how much I'll get into the herbs to try to take care of my health. Every other week I'm fighting off some type of ailment, and I was one to never get sick. I might get sick maybe once a year, if that. But I noticed especially this so-called year, this so-called New Year, man. I've been even the latter part of last year, 2024, man. Just it's like every other week I'm dealing with some type of an ailment. Just every other week, and that's not even including, all the other bullshit that, got to deal with and whatnot. But it just goes to show you, man, again, like I said, because even in this body is against us, our own body, our own flesh is against us. So being in this environment where everything is against us, everything is stacked against us, which ultimately goes to show you it goes to show you the power of Yahweh Shema Shai. Because against all odds, man, we got this truth. Against all odds, man, we got this truth. And again, the angels, they don't know what it's like. They in the kingdom to come, when everything's perfect, all right. Our future generations, where we're talking about these counts, those what do you call them? Those so to say, what's the term? Basically, Pops is telling the stories, at the the living room stories. I forgot the term for it, but when we're telling these accounts to our offspring, because again, they're going to be born into a kingdom where everything is already going to be perfect. The kingdom is going to be established. All right, faith won't be required because the King Yahweh Shai, he's going to be here. All right, righteousness will be here. Righteousness will be planted. So they're not going to. They don't know what it's like. As far as the fight, as far as the struggle, as far as everything that brothers have to deal with on the side, because I used to have a mindset of being that Jake is so traumatized in this society. Jake deals with all form of PTSD, anxiety, trauma, but we're not going to carry this over into the kingdom. And I had to cut myself because at one point I had that mindset like, damn, Jake gonna be reflecting on Babylon, surviving Babylon. I survived Babylon, doing a 6-part series on I survived Babylon. But no, man, it's not gonna be nothing like that in the kingdom. Jake is gonna be all good, all perfect, all righteous. Now, like I said, we are gonna, talk about certain of these accounts. Our accounts are gonna be read about, but what we're going through now, it's easier said than done. Because we're here, we're in the moment, we're currently catching this hell. But this thing, as far as what we feel, this trauma, this PTSD, best believe you, this is not going to transfer over into the kingdom. We're going to be looking back on this laughing, call Allah Yahweh Shema Shai, and then, like I said, man, our accounts are going to be talked about because it's bad enough in itself. All Israelites, every Israelites deal with the curses in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But the Lord puts his men through a special type of hell, that the average Israelite will not be able to deal with whatsoever. All right. So like I said, against all odds, all right, real quick, I'm gonna go to this. As of recently, this has become a favorite of mine. Because like I said, man, this is a miracle, against all odds. That's why the scripture said this, we're prisoners of hope, hope against hope, against all odds, we got this truth. And this is a miracle, man. So as of recently, this has become one of my favorites, Isaiah 35. I'll start at 1. The wilderness and the solitary place shall be glad for them, and the desert shall rejoice and blossom as a rose. It shall blossom abundantly and rejoice even with joy and singing. The glory of Lebanon shall be given unto it, the excellency of Carmel and Sharon. They shall see the glory of Yahweh and the excellency of our power. So you see, the Lord is getting ready to beautify his people again. All right. It says, strengthen ye the weak hands and confirm the feeble knees. And that's why Jake needs constant exhortation. All right. Jake needs constant upliftment, because it's easy to, like I said, we're in the moment. We're catching hell. It hurts. And it's easy to phase out if you let it. You know, it's easy to you know, just to say fuck it if you let it. You know, it's easy giving up, man. You know, the straight path is straight for a reason. You know, but that narrow path, there will be many that go to it. But the straight path is so narrow. But Slacky said that wrong. The wide path, all right, is wide for a reason that many go to. All right, because it's easy. But the straight path is it's a straight gate for a reason. It's so narrow that but only one at a time can you know, walk through. You know, but like I said, that's why we need constant exhortation, constant upliftment. You know, because $1 million question, how long? Well, we can confidently and honestly say, faithfully say, we don't have long. That's why, again, more so now more than ever, we have to hold on. All right, we have to fight. It's always going to hurt at the last, what they call the championship rounds. All right, you've been taking all those hits, you know, but those you know, when you're boxing, man, you know, all those licks, man, eventually they come up to you. You start to feel them in the last rounds, in those championship rounds, and that's when the dog got to come out of you, man. You know, that's why it hurts, you know, because we're at the end of this thing. That's why, you know, we got to be fervent, fired up for Yahweh Shemal Shai. All right. Like I read about Hebrews 12, you know, because of course you don't want to burn yourself out. That's why, again, at Hebrews 12, you know, you want to pace yourself, because it's a race, you know, and again, running all those miles, eventually it's going to catch up to you. Eventually, when you see the finish line, that's when it starts to hurt. All right. Because, you know, you're at the end. I've said this before, man, it's got to be some type of a psychological thing, because it's like when you're out, you know, when you're out and you got to use the restroom, you're on your way home. It's like the closer you get home, the more it hurts, you know, as far as using the restroom. It's like the more you got to use the restroom, the closer you get to the house. You know, it's got to be like a psychological thing. But let me jump down to the point. Verse 6, then shall the lame man leap as an hart, and the tongue of the dumb sing. For in the wilderness shall waters break out, and streams in the desert. And the parched ground shall become a pool, and the thirsty land springs of water. And the habitation of dragons, where each lay, shall be grass with reeds and rushes. So you see, because that's considered a miracle. All right, the parched ground becoming as a pool, right? Like I said, in the wilderness, the water shall break out, the streams in the desert, that's considered a wilderness. Salaki, that's considered a miracle. You see, so like I said, against all odds, that's why, you know, we got this truth, man. You know, Dawadi Haba Shemal Shai. You know, hope against hope. You know, against all odds, man. We got this truth, and Lord willing, well, the stories of the elect are already, you know, they already had that victory, you know, and more we have to have this victory type of mindset, because the Lord didn't bring us this way for no reason. All right. If you got this truth, we're definitely on the right track. And clearly, you know, to quote one of the elders, man, it's looking more and more like we could be those men. Because look at the fiasco that's going on in Israel right now. You know, and these things are to be a discerner. All right. As far as who, you know, who's teaching correct doctrine and who's not, you know, and again, clearly we're on the right path, you know, so, it's not a thing of, you know, us being here too much longer, you know. What was I going to get? This Isaiah, was that 56, starting at verse Isaiah 56:3. Neither let the son of the stranger that have joined himself to the Lord speak, saying, The Lord hath utterly separated me from this people. Neither let the eunuch say, behold, I am a dry tree. And there's different definitions of a eunuch. All right. It doesn't always necessarily mean that, man that has his rod chopped off. All right. But to specify here, going into the eunuch. All right. Reading on, it says, for thus saith the Lord, unto the eunuchs that keep my Sabbaths and choose the things that please me and take hold of my covenant, even unto them will I give in mine house and within my walls a place and a name better than of sons and of daughters. I will give them an everlasting name that shall not be cut off. So you see, going into these eunuchs, basically those that have separated themselves for Yahweh Shema Shai to do this work, as these beautiful elders through the Spirit of the Lord, was touching on throughout this video, because the scriptures say, hey, we are a holy people, and that word holy means to be separated for the Lord's use, and this is our reasonable service, pursuant to Romans 12:1. All right, this is the least we can do. One of many things, these fake and phony Christians always plagiarize what we believe in is that they say, hey, the Lord, they say Jesus, how he laid his life down for us and we can live for him, of course, we don't believe in no damn Jesus, but that concept is very true. Yahweh Shai laid his life down for us, our black asses, all right, our Hispanic and Native American Indian asses, all right. The least we can do is give our life to him, all right. And, this is a sacrifice. Again, pursuing Romans 12:1. All right, this is a sacrifice. Brothers give up a lot, sacrifice the whole lifetime, start from the apostles and bishops, brothers in their youth, brothers giving up their youth while they're in your youth. It's a sacrifice. Brothers are giving up a lot, wives, children, family, jobs, brothers are giving up a lot, but it's going to pay off, fret not. All right. And again, to these eunuchs, man, to those that have separated themselves for the will of Yahweh Shema Shai, hey, man, again, these accounts of ours are going to be talked about forever. All right. That's why those that stood so stiffly for the names, hey, they're going to be commended forever, man. They're going to be, hey, that glory, like I mentioned, that name that the Lord's going to give them that everlasting name that shall not be cut off. All right. Because guys like, Kobe Bryant, the most recent George Foreman, all right, and so on and so forth, they fought for this corruptible crown, but the Lord wanted the reward that's laid up for us, can no man take. All right. It'll never dim down, so this is the legacy that we're fighting for. All right. Looking to be on that hall of fame, like I mentioned, pursuing Hebrews 11, our stories, our accounts are going to be talked about forever. All right. In awe and amazement, against all odds, man. Hey, these men, they did it. Starting with Yahweh Shai, the king himself. All right. Because through our sacrifice, starting with Yahweh Shai, through our sacrifice, again, what we're ushering in, hey, there's no words that can compare. Like I said, for the generations to come, they're going to be established. They're going to already be, they're coming into a kingdom that's going to be a legacy that's going to be established off of, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, what we're ushering in. I mean, because it starts now. It's been started. It's been started. And Lord willing, like I said, man, we're just going to continue to usher in this everlasting legacy of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. So Lord willing, this was edifying. All praises to Yahweh Shema Shai. Shalom to you, hopefully, elect.